Have you ever wondered if there are hidden dangers lurking in your daily routine? Or some surprising factors that could become life-threatening after the age of 70? As we age, our bodies become more vulnerable to certain health risks that don't always come with obvious warning signs. Many people believe that sudden death is just an unfortunate, unpredictable event. However, it's important to recognize that certain triggers can greatly elevate the chances of facing life-threatening situations. And the worst part, most of them are often ignored until it's too late. In this video, we're uncovering 5 sudden death triggers that can catch people off guard after 70. These aren't just random health concerns, they're silent killers that strike when least expected. From unnoticed heart conditions to seemingly harmless everyday habits. Each of these triggers can have devastating consequences if left unchecked. But here's the good news. Once you know what they are, you can take steps to protect yourself and reduce your risk. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these 5 triggers could mean the difference between living well into your golden years or facing an avoidable health crisis. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear understanding of what to watch out for and, more importantly, how to safeguard yourself against these risks. Now, let's dive in. Number 1, silent heart attacks. One of the most dangerous health risks after 70 is a heart attack that happens without you even realizing it. Unlike the dramatic scenes you see in movies, where someone clutches their chest and collapses, silent heart attacks don't always come with obvious warning signs. Instead, they creep in quietly, often mistaken for indigestion, fatigue, or a mild case of the flu. The problem is, because the symptoms are so subtle, many people never seek medical attention, allowing the damage to their heart to go unnoticed until it's too late. Imagine a man like Richard, a 74-year-old who still enjoys his morning walks and occasional rounds of golf. A few months ago, he felt unusually tired, a bit short of breath, and had a slight discomfort in his upper back. He chalked it up to poor sleep and brushed it off. What Richard didn't know was that he had just suffered a silent heart attack. He never experienced the crushing chest pain most people associate with heart attacks, so he assumed it was nothing serious. But weeks later, his heart had already suffered significant damage, putting him at a much higher risk of sudden cardiac arrest. Silent heart attacks occur when blood flow to the heart is blocked, but the symptoms don't present in an obvious way. Instead of sharp pain, you might feel discomfort in your jaw, neck, or even your upper stomach. You might feel slightly dizzy, unusually tired, or experience nausea. Some people mistake it for heartburn, muscle strain, or even anxiety. But the reality is, even if you don't feel severe pain, your heart is still being deprived of oxygen, and that damage can build up over time. The real danger comes when a second, more severe heart attack strikes. If your heart has already been weakened by a previous silent attack, your chances of surviving another one drop significantly. Many people only discover they had a heart attack when they go in for a routine checkup, or worse, after they collapse unexpectedly. And that's why awareness is so crucial. If you ever experience unexplained fatigue, shortness of breath, or discomfort in your upper body that doesn't feel normal, don't dismiss it. Get checked out. A simple electrocardiogram, EKG, or a blood test can reveal if your heart has suffered silent damage. Prevention is key, and recognizing the warning signs, even when they don't seem urgent, can be the difference between life and death. Number 2, postural hypotension and falls. A sudden drop in blood pressure when standing up might not sound like a big deal, but after 70, it can be deadly. This condition, known as postural hypotension, causes dizziness, lightheadedness, and even fainting. For younger people, a brief dizzy spell might be nothing more than a minor annoyance. But for seniors, it's a leading cause of dangerous falls. Falls that can result in fatal head injuries or hip fractures. What makes this so alarming is that most people don't recognize it as a serious issue until they've already fallen. Take someone like George, a 78-year-old who still enjoys his morning coffee at the local diner. One afternoon, he stood up too quickly from his chair and suddenly felt the room spin. He reached out to steady himself, but before he knew it, he had lost his balance and hit the floor. The fall left him with a fractured hip, And while he thought recovery would be straightforward, complications set in. He spent weeks in the hospital battling infections, and what started as a simple, dizzy spell turned into a life-threatening ordeal. Falls are one of the biggest health risks for seniors, not just because of the immediate injury, but because they often lead to a downward spiral in overall health. A hip fracture can mean months of immobility, which weakens the body, increases the risk of blood clots, and makes infections more likely. Many seniors who suffer a major fall never regain their full independence. Even if they survive the initial injury, the complications that follow can be devastating. So why does postural hypotension happen more frequently with age? As we get older, our bodies take longer to adjust blood pressure. When we go from sitting or lying down to standing, the heart may not pump blood as efficiently, and dehydration, medications, or underlying health conditions can make it even worse. That's why some seniors feel perfectly fine when seated, but get lightheaded the moment they stand. The worst part? It can happen without warning, and once a fall occurs, it can set off a chain reaction of health issues that are difficult to recover from. If you've ever felt dizzy when standing up, don't ignore it. Simple lifestyle adjustments like standing up slowly, staying hydrated, and checking medications that may contribute to low blood pressure can reduce your risk. However, the key step is being aware. Spotting the early warning signs and being proactive can make all the difference in avoiding a fall that might alter your life forever. If you're still tuned in and appreciating these insights, drop a number 2 in the comments to show me you're with me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the perfect time. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of the latest uploads. Your support enables us to keep producing engaging material that informs and inspires you. All right, let's keep going. Third on the list, concealed blood clots, also known as deep vein thrombosis. Lots of folks believe that blood clots are only a concern in serious scenarios, such as post-surgery or during extended hospital stays. However, many people are unaware that blood clots can develop silently in the legs, frequently without any noticeable signs. When they break free, they can make their way to the lungs, leading to a sudden and potentially deadly pulmonary embolism. Here's why deep vein thrombosis, or DVT, is often referred to as a silent killer. It progresses gradually, yet can hit hard when least expected. Imagine a character like Harold, a 76-year-old who loves to spend hours immersed in books on his porch. He sees himself as quite engaged. He continues to handle errands, enjoy brief strolls, and engage in some light gardening activities. After a relaxing afternoon in his recliner, enjoying some TV time, he suddenly noticed a bit of swelling in his calf. It wasn't uncomfortable, just slightly swollen. He thought he had just been sitting still for too long, so he brushed it off. A few days later, he noticed he was feeling short of breath, but he thought it was just the onset of a cold. Harold had no idea that the swelling in his leg was due to a clot. When he unexpectedly fell to the ground one evening, it was due to that clot making its way to his lungs. He was completely blindsided. The unsettling aspect of DVT is that it can arise in individuals who don't see themselves as inactive. Extended time spent in a seated position, whether it's during a binge-watching session, driving, or even while catching some Z's, can hinder blood flow in the legs, increasing the risk of clot formation. Sometimes, the signs can be quite subtle and easily overlooked. There's a bit of swelling, some tenderness, and a light cramp in the calf. Everything feels pretty manageable right now. However, if a clot breaks free and travels to the lungs, it can block oxygen flow in mere seconds, leading to a sudden collapse or even immediate death. Senior individuals face heightened risks as circulation tends to decrease with age, and factors such as diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure exacerbate the situation. Some medications, like those often given for blood pressure or cholesterol, can influence clotting as well. Dehydration, often seen in older adults, can lead to thicker blood, increasing the chances of clots forming. The mix of these elements transforms what appears to be a small problem into a serious danger. Staying active is the most effective method to avoid DVT. Make sure to take a break and stretch every hour if you're sitting for extended periods. Stretch those feet, Get those legs moving and stay hydrated to keep that blood pumping. Compression socks are beneficial. If you see ongoing swelling, redness, or warmth in your leg, make sure to pay attention to it. Consult a medical professional right away. Identifying a clot at an early stage can transform a standard procedure into a critical situation that could endanger life. Now, let's dive into another quiet yet dangerous risk that far too many individuals tend to ignore. Fourth on the list, we have undetected infections that can result in sepsis. A subtle yet significant danger for individuals over 70 isn't something as overt as a heart attack or stroke. It's something much more sinister, a seemingly minor issue that gradually develops into a life-threatening condition known as sepsis. Sepsis represents a severe response by the body to an infection, causing extensive inflammation that may result in organ failure, shock, and even sudden death. The real danger lies in the fact that the symptoms can seem quite mild initially, causing many older adults to overlook them until it becomes too serious. Consider someone like Walter, an 81-year-old who takes great pride in seldom having to visit a doctor. One afternoon, he realizes that he's going to the bathroom more often than normal, and he feels a mild burning sensation. He thinks it's simply a part of aging and increases his water intake, believing it will eventually go away. However, in the days that follow, he begins to experience fatigue, a sense of confusion, and an unusual chill, despite the warm weather outside. When his family finally persuades him to seek medical help, the infection has already made its way into his bloodstream. In just a matter of hours, his situation deteriorates, and despite the medical team's dedicated attempts, Walter's organs start to fail. Many individuals are unaware that typical infections, such as urinary tract infections, pneumonia, or even a minor skin wound, can quickly progress into sepsis, particularly in older adults. As we get older, our body's defenses can start to decline, making it more challenging to fend off infections. A seemingly minor UTI or respiratory infection can escalate into a serious full-body emergency if bacteria make their way into the bloodstream. Once sepsis kicks in, every moment counts. Each passing hour without intervention raises the likelihood of fatality. Spotting the early signs of sepsis can be quite challenging, as they frequently resemble common problems such as tiredness, slight fever, confusion, or a general weakness. Numerous older adults tend to dismiss these symptoms as mere fatigue, unaware that these subtle indicators might actually be the body's way of alerting them to a serious infection. If not addressed, sepsis can lead to a critical drop in blood pressure, resulting in the failure of essential organs such as the kidneys, liver, and heart. In certain situations, it advances so quickly that individuals don't reach the hospital in time. What are your options? It's crucial to treat infections with the utmost seriousness, regardless of how minor they may appear. If you're experiencing a fever, chills, sudden confusion, or an unusual sense of weakness, it's important not to overlook these symptoms. If a straightforward infection isn't getting better with at-home treatment, it's important to get medical help immediately. If you or someone you care about shows signs of sepsis, like quickened breathing, severe tiredness, or a sudden decrease in blood pressure, head to the hospital right away. If you're still tuned in and appreciating these insights, drop a number 4 in the comments to show me you're with me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the perfect time. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you stay updated with all the latest content. Your support enables us to keep producing engaging material that informs and inspires you. All right, let's keep going. Fifth on the list is the issue of medication mismanagement. One of the most overlooked threats after reaching 70 isn't an illness or an incident. It's an issue that occurs in households daily: the mismanagement of medication. Using the incorrect dosage, missing a dose, or mixing incompatible medications can result in severe reactions, potentially causing sudden heart issues, strokes, or even deadly internal bleeding. The chilling aspect? Numerous older adults often remain unaware of their vulnerability until after an error has occurred. Think about someone like Helen, an 82-year-old who has been taking blood pressure medication for many years. She's diligent about her morning routine with her medication, but one evening, After battling back pain, she grabs an over-the-counter pain reliever without a second thought. The following morning, she experiences a sense of lightheadedness and weakness, but she figures it's just a matter of needing to eat something. Later that day, she falls to the ground. Unbeknownst to her, the pain reliever she ingested had a perilous interaction with her blood thinner, leading to internal bleeding that remained undetected until it was far too late. With the passage of time, our bodies handle medications in unique ways. The liver and kidneys become less efficient, causing drugs to linger in the system for extended periods, which can occasionally lead to toxic accumulation. Medications that might appear safe during youth can have more intense effects, and combining the wrong ones, whether they're over-the-counter drugs or herbal supplements, can lead to serious, even deadly, outcomes. Blood thinners, heart medications, and pain relievers are among the usual suspects. But even something as straightforward as skipping a dose of heart or diabetes medication can throw the body into shock. Another significant concern is the excessive prescribing of medications. For many older adults, managing various medications for different health issues can quickly become a complex task. Certain medications should be taken without any food in your system, while others require a meal to be effective. Some elements should remain separate, while others demand perfect timing. A straightforward scheduling error, such as taking an extra dose because you can't recall if you already did, can lead to a rapid decline in blood pressure, critically low blood sugar levels, or a life-threatening heart rhythm. What steps can you take to ensure your safety? To start, make sure you have a current list of all your medications, along with any supplements you take. When consulting with various healthcare professionals, it's crucial to ensure that each one is fully informed about all the medications and supplements you're using to prevent any harmful interactions. Consider using a pill organizer or setting reminders to ensure you never miss a dose or accidentally take more than you should. Before diving into any new medication, whether it's a prescription or something you can grab off the shelf, make sure to check in with your doctor or pharmacist to confirm it's safe to combine with what you're already taking. Your well-being deserves careful attention and consideration. Just a single tiny error with medication can lead to serious repercussions. Being well-informed and organized can truly be a game-changer in critical situations. All right, let's keep going. Wrapping up, Conrad Newman. Having delved into these 5 unexpected death triggers after 70, take a moment to consider which of these risks could resonate with you or someone dear to you. Many individuals are unaware of how delicate certain elements of their well-being can turn as they grow older, and the most perilous dangers can truly have a significant impact on your well-being. And if you're taking medication, verifying dosages and potential interactions could be one of the easiest yet most impactful steps you can take to safeguard your health. This video aims to inform and equip you with valuable insights, not to cause any concern. Understanding these risks gives you greater control over your health. Easy actions, such as identifying the subtle indicators of a silent heart attack, being alert to the initial signs of sepsis, or taking measures to avoid hazardous falls can significantly extend your lifespan. And keep in mind, being proactive about your health goes beyond just steering clear of risks. It's all about ensuring you can keep enjoying life, cherishing moments with those you care about, and engaging in activities that bring you joy. We appreciate you being here with us today. We're eager to get your feedback. Drop a comment down below and tell us one thing you discovered today, along with how you intend to apply in your life. We value your opinions, so feel free to express them. Your feedback truly inspires and uplifts us. If you found this video enjoyable and useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support enables us to keep producing engaging material that informs and inspires you. We appreciate your time and can't wait to have you join us for the next installment.